What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I'm joined by Hamzia one more time, and we are going to talk about Scopely's colossal screw up in this ban wave. Ham, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, doing good. How are you,
Yeah.
man? It's
Uh,
late.
yeah, it's 1 a.m. I'm very tired, but yeah, we want to talk about this. A couple days ago broke that players were getting banned from Marvel Strike Force. And Scopely didn't really say much as to what was going on. And then today they dropped this announcement. In total, 1,630 accounts were banned. Unfortunately, 154 of those accounts were falsely flagged and banned. And I've been kind of there's two things to this that really bother me. And number one, that's going to be the complete lack of transparency that was around these bans in the first place. And number two was the sheer laziness on Scopely's part about how they went around banning these accounts. Now, for you, Ham, you're just kind of like, yeah, this is typical for Scopely.
Yeah, I give you the analogy of how they go to fix one bug, and
Mm-hmm.
that patch that fixes that bug introduces three more, and those
Yeah.
bugs stay for a long time. If we've been waiting for Scopely to actually bring down the ban hammer, and part of me has always felt that they were gonna have poor aim with it. And that's exactly what's happened. Is they're bringing down the ban hammer, they're playing whack-a-mole too fast, and they're not doing their due diligence, and that's kind of par for the course with Scopely is they don't have attention to detail.
Yeah. And I mean, that's like, yeah, if they were dealing with like bugs and glitches and that kind of thing, like I understand that, and I've come to expect that with Scopely, but falsely banning accounts. So the way this has to work is that they've got a system that detects, if players are performing in unexpected ways. They've got a system they go into detail about it in this blog post, but basically the system in place flags these accounts if it is shown to be behaving erratically, like the players are doing something that shouldn't be possible, and then it's on Scopely to go in and check manually these accounts. And that's what really kind of pisses me off about this, is that there's no way they went and manually checked. They just said, "Oh, the system flagged these accounts. Well, we're just gonna ban them all," and like that is just gross negligence. And yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for words on just how Scopely could do this. Like, I can't believe that they did this.
I think the other big thing is that they were silent about it
Yeah.
for
Oh
two
yeah.
days.
Yeah,
Right?
we were
Blog post
pressing
Friday
them.
came out. They couldn't hold the blog post on Friday and do this instead. They couldn't do it on, like, I get, first off, why are you doing anything on April Fool's Day? Because
Yeah.
I messaged you, I was like, are these bans, like, is somebody pulling like a big joke on us,
Yeah.
on the MSF community, by pooling together and saying, hey, let's everybody say that we got banned and cause a ruckus, right? And then April 2nd came around and it was, people were still banned, and I was like, okay. And then nothing happened in the blog post, and then we got that blog post today, and I was just like, it's it's too little too late with everything that they do.
Mhm.
I get that they, again, they want to craft their response and they want to make sure that they're doing things properly in terms of communication. However, don't pull the trigger until you're ready to
Yep.
communicate why you pulled the trigger, and it should have gone out together, right?
Yeah.
Like, as soon as those accounts were banned, there should have been something, a blog post, a Reddit post, a Facebook post, everything, anywhere where people consume MSF content, an in-game
Mhm.
mail
Yeah.
communicating, hey, these accounts were banned, this is why, and we want to remind you that violating our terms of service is a no-no.
Yeah.
But what actually happened, and maybe they had that plan, but obviously they didn't, because we didn't hear anything, and we're seeing that 10% of these accounts that were banned, 10%, are incorrectly banned.
10%. That's
And
huge.
that is why somebody probably had it ready to go, and they're like, oh crap, we screwed up. We can't say anything. But, like, it's just, I don't know. It's like if you break a dish
Yeah.
and you break a glass and you think that just hiding it from your mom is gonna make it go away.
Well, I mean,
That's
as long
exactly
as
what
you
they did.
sweep
Like
it up,
she'll
I
fall.
doubt she's gonna notice unless it's like one of her favorite dishes.
I don't know, man. I don't know. My mom like has inventory of everything in her head, right? And like putting dishes away, we'll know if there's a glass missing, right? Things like that. Like it's it it's like that though. It's like, do you think that we're not gonna find out? Right?
Yeah,
Do you think that if you don't tell us, like we're in an era where communication, like I'm talking to somebody, I'm mountain time, I'm talking to somebody on the phone on the East Coast
yeah.
instantaneously. Like this is the world that we're in. Communication is literally like a click away. Do you think that we're not gonna find out these things?
Yeah, and
And
the
do you think
big
that
thing
people aren't
was,
talking?
yeah, and the big thing was like when people reached out to support and be like, "Hey, ban, what's going on?" Support's just like, "Sorry, we can't help you." It's like, no, like you owe it to these people that have been banned. Give them an explanation. Like, give people something because this just sets a horrible precedence where they can just ban people and say, "Oh, well, it's for privacy reasons. We can't tell you." I've never seen a game company do this like this. Like I've seen other games like you've played WoW, I've played WoW, where they've done like these huge ban waves, but there's always explanations for them, where it's like illegally like botting or buying illegal currency or something in those games. There's always a reason given for these big ban waves. There was nothing here. And we were in the Envoy chat, we're like, guys, you need to say something because there's a lot of people here who are upset. They're not sure why they got banned. I mean, when you usually see that, you like for me, I was used to seeing people saying that like, well, you did something, you just don't want to admit it, you're trying to raise a stink about it. But here, 10% of these players legitimately did nothing. And like this is where that transparency is required and should have been there from the very beginning.
Like I know with Blizzard they also do like small ban ways where they're like
Mm-hmm.
go, and if somebody's doing something erratic, they'll just ban them,
Right.
right? But one thing that I've always found with Blizzard is it's really easy. I don't know if it still is like this, but it's really easy to get a hold of a human being to communicate, find out why, and if it was done incorrectly, or even if you did the thing that they're accusing you of, you can appeal to them and they can lift it.
Well, here's the
Right? I've,
kicker.
I've had that
If
happen
you
to a friend.
Yeah, if you get punished, if you get banned or suspended or something in that game, they will give you the reason in an email to be like, "Hey, you've been
Yep.
banned or suspended. Here's XYZ reasons why." They'll lay it out. Like Scopely, come on. Like you got to lay that out for people. That drives me nuts was that there was no transparency and so we basically had to have this blind trust in Scopely and I mean, now we've seen this. Can you really ever trust them to get it right again on some kind of bandwave like this?
No way.
Yeah.
Not at
Like,
all. Like we've been calling for it.
if I was one of these players who was like falsely banned on this, I'm not sure I'd ever come back to the game.
Yeah. I like we were calling for ban the exploiters. I think that's still your
Absolutely.
name in game,
Yeah, that's my
right?
name in game.
And
It's called ban exploiters. Like, if you
it's
break the rules in the game, by all means, you should be punished. But this is completely different.
yeah.
Ugh.
And
Now
I
I'm
I
getting mad, man. I'm getting mad.
hey, that's what I'm here for. That's why I agreed to this. I wanted to see an angry mole.
Oh man.
Um yeah, it's just I just I'm at a loss for words. Like
Yeah.
it's just how and why and like who's running this, right? Like whose decision, like this happens in any other business in any way. In like somebody's being fired.
This was just negligence on their part. The system flagged these accounts saying that hey, they had done something wrong. And they even explain it here saying that that they were flagging accounts that seem to be using a third-party app to bypass normal courses of combat and that this is what cracks me up is that there was an excessive load in the data, and that somehow caused the false flags, which I thought was kind of funny. Like, how do
Did
you how do you suddenly get overloaded like that with the data, and then all of a sudden it's just throwing out false
I
flags?
I might have an explanation for that one. I don't know about you, but on Thursday, my like I work off of a Windows system, and Microsoft was being DDoSed. Amazon, I don't know if Amazon worldwide or Amazon Canada was
See,
being
I think
DDoSed,
this has been
right?
going
Like
around for a lot
it's
longer than just Thursday, because that would have been flagged Thursday, banned Friday, which would not be outside
you
of
think
scope
so?
of Scopely, but I think this has been going on a little bit longer.
So you don't think that somebody was trigger happy? I honestly, the way that it goes, I don't think there was any due diligence. They saw something and they just pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
don't think they
but
even waited a day,
I
right?
don't.
Because if you wait a day, you can write up something. You can write up some sort of communication. I don't think that's what happened. I think that they saw a problem and they said that okay, before this comes to light, we figured out how to flag these guys. We flagged them before it comes to light, and people start calling for our heads. Let's ban them. And they didn't do their due diligence on it. They didn't write up a communique. Nothing, right? They
So
just
you
said,
think
okay,
this was
pull
an
the trigger and done.
overreaction on their part due in the aftermath of the Silver Surfer stuff?
100%. I think that somebody is a little bit trigger happy. I think things are not going well. I'm pretty sure the climate at Scopely is not great right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure everybody's on edge because they keep screwing up, and this is another example of that. And I think that it's gonna keep happening. I I I don't know where they go from here, right? I think that I don't know. I
Well,
personally I feel like things are
here's what they
better under
need to do.
Fox Next.
Here's what they need to do is they need to start buckling down and get an actual QA department. Like
Yeah,
this has gone on
100%.
long enough. And like this is where like it's a whole new level of just how badly they've screwed up. And at this point, there's really no excuse. I mean, the game is making crap loads of money a month. There's no reason why they can't bring in more people to do this kind of testing and QA kind of stuff and just checking for bugs. And if you need some extra people on hand to manually check accounts, like you're talking 154 accounts out of 1600. I mean, that seems like a lot, but that wouldn't take that long, relatively speaking, to go through those 1600 accounts by hand and check and make sure the logs were correct.
Yeah, would not take long at all. The thing is that they introduce anything that we've been calling for, and it reduces their bottom line. That's just another expense they have to do, right? Like
Yeah, but
it,
at some point,
at some point they have to, or else really gonna start bleeding
yeah,
people, right?
yeah,
I don't know if you've actually put any like, what's your rating on the game on
it's sitting at 2 stars, but I'm probably gonna drop it down to 1 because of this.
Yeah, mine was at 2 stars because of one of the encounters I had with support.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, why, why are you not actually answering anything, right? And they would just like lock it up. I had an issue and I got a canned response, but they just locked it up so I couldn't open another ticket
Yeah.
because I was supposedly waiting for a response. I don't know what was happening. Yeah, I was pretty upset. So I put it to a 2 star, and then with everything else that was happening, I reduced it down to a 1 star, and I think that's where it's staying. You're on Amazon as well, so you've probably put it on the Amazon
Yeah,
store
yeah,
as
I
well
can do
down.
through the
Yeah,
Google Play Store and through the Amazon store. And
yeah, and
yeah, I'm probably gonna be dropping it down to 1 stars because of this, because this is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, is there anything else you wanna add about this debacle with the banning, and any final
uh,
thoughts?
we need more transparency. We need more accurate bans.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't think they need to go for so much more accurate as it is more. They just need to double check things. I mean, they got the mission. They accomplished their mission with the bans. They just got lazy and they didn't bother to check their results to make sure things were correct.
Yep.
Um. So yeah, I mean, I think if they just if like you said if they have their due diligence with it, I think things will be much better. But yeah, they've got to start. getting better about this. Like this is to the point where now there's no excuse, and they've got to fix these things and make it better.
They need to sweat the little stuff because the little stuff leads into
Mm-hmm.
the big stuff, right?
Yep.
They need more attention to detail. They, as you said, they need more due diligence on checking these things.
Yep.
Because like if the 154 players weren't banned incorrectly, this would be a completely different conversation.
Oh yeah, no. If
The
this was just like legitimate bans, I mean I'd basically be applauding Scopely right now. But
100%.
now I'm like Scopely, you screwed up. Like this is unacceptable. You guys gotta do better.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't know. I don't know what they I don't know what they're going to offer as compensation to those
It
players.
better be some significant compensation to those players.
Do you think they're going to offer compensation to the alliances that
Yeah, I think
didn't
to the alliances
100%
as
on a
well,
raid?
because now those alliances suffered because these
Hmm.
falsely accused players, like, they missed out on raids and stuff. They didn't get full completion in raids now because they were down players, and you got to have all your players. So yeah, I think there's going to be some compensation to the players. I think there's going to be some compensation to the alliances. At least I hope that there's going to be compensation to those alliances as well. But we'll
Oh,
see.
there
We'll
has
see what
to
they
be.
do. There absolutely has to be. But we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
what they do with that. But I want to hear from you guys down below. What do you guys think about this stuff? What are you guys? What are you guys' thoughts and opinions on all of this? Let me know down below. But as always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.